Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday. Contrary to Tuesday, Wednesday is my favorite day of the week. Every single Wednesday is my favorite. Today is no exception. Partly because the market decided to wake up today. Perhaps this is the start of alt season. Perhaps not. No matter what it is, make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And join the Discord. Links in the description. You guys are all absolute legendary diamond hand giga chad mother effers. And the amount of money that we're about to make, you deserve it. You know it. I know it. Your mom knows it. My mom knows it. Everybody knows it. Pile on in, sound off in the chat. We're going to let the music finish today. Because it's Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful. I'm in a good mood. You guys in a good mood? I'm in a pretty good mood today. Let's get the webcam on. See my beautiful face. Hey. I always want to jump scare you guys. I feel like I've done it once. I think I did it one time. I don't know how I felt about it though. I'm still trying to tame the hat so that it's a little less goofy looking. I'm getting there. That's a little better. Oh, Quick Brunch said, hey, hi, we back. W more crypto. It's working on it. You're in a pretty good mood? Good. That's all that matters, man. That is all that matters. Everyone here should be in a good mood. If you're not, then we'll make you in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood, we're gonna make you. Guys, Bitcoin looks beautiful today. 108,987. Briefly touched the old all-time high, 109,588. Looking good. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map because we've been forgetting to do that every single day. There we go. Get a little zoom action. Ooh, okay. We got 108,460. Where the heck did that go? Oh. Wow, that's awkward. 108. You went to 180. Okay. 107, 717. And then down further. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. 107, 304. And one more to the downside. Let's go, I guess let's go right here. 106, 479. Does anyone know why we pumped today? Fahid's theory is that it was because of the P. Diddy verdict. 109,863. I think it was a delayed reaction to the grayscale thing. Apparently there's other stuff. What is this? Let's just go right here. 110,606. I'm happy with that, right? Do we go higher? Let's do this one too. 111,678. Cool. That's right below the current all-time high. Tishu said, I'd like the Banana Pump song back. Is that the original, the burgundy one? I like that everyone calls it the Banana Pump song. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, what's all-time high on TradingView? I thought it was 111, 199. No, current all-time high is 111, 980. It also, though, it specifically depends on what chart you're looking at. This is the current all-time high on Binance, which I believe is the highest volume, which is why I use it. Quick Branch said, I don't know, maybe Bitcoin is playing catch up with stock market. That's what I was thinking, stock market or global M2 money supply. We also got a trade deal today with Vietnam, so it could have been that. There's rumors that they tweaked the tariffs and stuff leading into the 9th. That's CTSU just said Trump's Vietnam deal. That was my thought, or one of my thoughts. My go-to was the Grayscale ETF, but Trump's Vietnam deal makes a little more sense. Let's see, ETH is up 7.6%. Let me just go through the chart really quick. Bitcoin is up 3.1%. ETH is up 7.6%. Sol is up 3.96%. Total 3 is up 3.25%. ADA is up 8.36%. SNEK is up 9.71%. XRP is up 3%. HBAR is up 7.84%. SWI is up 9%. Ondo is up 6.59%. Aerodrome is up 4.55%. Pinlink is up 11.1%. Very nice. Render's up 7%. Polkadot is up 8.75%. Ooh, look at those big mama jamma candles. Fartco is up 14.7%. Look at that. Yesterday I pointed out the first breakout is almost always a fake one. And that's exactly what that was. We did a fake out breakout to the downside and a mommy makeout to the upside. CAS is up 5.94%. Similar situation-ish. Kind of got back into this funky triangle thing. Danced around. We'll fake out to the downside and bust to the upside. Avalanche up 8.48%. Link up 5.58%. Doge up 7.67%. Polygon up 6.56%. Near up 9.07%. And Chili's up 8.06%. Very nice. ETH specifically. ETH broke back above its slanty ascending trend line and back above our 2581 point of interest. It is currently sitting at 2588. If we get the daily close above 2581, could potentially signal a go time. We were briefly overbought for a hot second on a 4-hour RSI. Momentum wave just now starting to reach peaks. We got a confirmed dot on the momentum wave back here, which signaled upside. Confirmed red dot, which seems to have played out with that downside. Very nice. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said Ripple request to be a bank, Vietnam tariff. That's true. That's true. Both of those. Tishu said my DCA worked perfectly. Didn't buy enough though, like always. I'm not gonna use swear words yet. We're a little too early for swear words. Had 0 positions open today. 0. None. Zip. I made no profits in my trading portfolio. With this big, beautiful 10% God candle to the upside. I'm working and I'm like, oh, let me check the charts. And I opened it up and I did one of these. I opened it up and I went, and I was so irritated. Like, I'm happy because the price went up, but I was like, because I had no position. I did, however, DCA. I've been sprinkling in my dry powder randomly. This morning, before I left for work, I did sprinkle in a little bit of dry powder. So I did not feel as mad about missing the move with a proper trade, but it still hurt, man. It still hurt. Anyways, moving on. Sol looking beautiful, honestly. Sol got above its upper trend line from this shorter term descending channel. Now we got our little fake out breakout to the downside twice, actually. 1, 2, and then we broke back above our neckline, our purple neckline, which is like a legacy neckline. A legacy neckline. We broke above that, retested, confirmed bullish support, broke above our upper trend line, retested after rejecting off of our longer term upper trend line, retested our shorter term upper trend line, and used that as a springboard. Hopefully, if we can get above 158, 160, then it's going to be pretty spicy for Sol specifically. Sol's got a little bit of catching up to do. ETH up 7.4%. Sol up 3.8%. That don't make much sense. Total 3 up 3.15%. Beautiful reaction off of our purple trend line. Now, these aren't bouncing perfectly off of it, but the line I'm sure could be adjusted. It's a general idea line, if you will. Dixie said, "Have a good stream, bud. Talk soon. Smash that like." Yeah, I'll be at the space once I'm done, Dixie. Wait up for me. Like, you guys don't go till like midnight anyways. Tishu said, "Yeah, but I had it gone the other way too. That's why I try to be careful." Dude, I was so mad. I was so mad when I opened up the chart and I saw this big, beautiful spike to the upside. Because I was literally looking at it, and sometimes I'll leave a position open like an idiot, and I didn't do that today. And today would have been the best day to do it. And it stinks because you only get so many of these 10% moves before the bull market's over. So, I guess my lesson learned is if it gets down to the bottom of this move again, I'm going all in. Mr. Roberts said, hey, JJ, hello, all. What's going on, Mr. Roberts? Yeah, ADA's up 8.21%. ADA had this upper trend line, shorter term upper trend line. We got a fake out of the upside back here, fake out of the downside back here, kind of a breakout to the upside, retest, broke back in, and then, I don't know, what is that, a liquidity grab at 54, and then springboarded up. So, we'll see where she ends up. She looks like she's coming back down, honestly. Where is she going to go? I have no clue. It's going to be interesting, though. Let's see. Okay. SNEK is up 9.61%, just chilling at 20, which is exactly where I want it to be. That's like my happy place. If it goes below 20, I get a little spooked. Fahid said, "Can we moon and get it over with already?" Right. We're not even excited for the bull market anymore. We're all just irritated now. Dude, my neck is killing me today. I gotta do like, I don't know. I'm terrified of the chiropractor. I don't think I'll ever be able to experience a chiropractor properly. XRP struggling a little bit, up 2.89% on the day. A little rejection at 228. Found support at 214 though. 214 and 217 is like a nice little, I don't know, little range, little chunky range of support. So we dipped in there for a hot second, used 217 as support once we broke out, and then used that as a springboard, rejected at 228. Now she's coming back down to 222. 222 should be some decent sized support. Volume's ticking up, looks nice. Tishu said, "How much longer can the bull continue as even the US president has endorsed Bitcoin?" I don't think we're even in a bull market. There's no retail. I think in order for it to be considered a bull market, we have to have retail. Does that make sense? Bull market, in my opinion, requires retail. HBAR, up 7.76%. Kevin earlier was talking about HBAR again, which is nice. We got this kind of cushion scenario going on with HBAR specifically. We got a dip below once and twice, a dip above right here, which resulted in a little swift downside liquidity grab, and now a test of 1593, rejecting right now. If it comes back down, look for support at this 14.9 area. And volume's ticking up. RSI not quite overbought. A lot of these alts look really good. The RSI has not reached overbought yet, which is great. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "First your back, now your neck." And we need adoption and regulation. My back is always messed up. My neck today, though, my neck is messed up today. I was like, today I was working all day like a grandma. Every time I had to do it, I'm like lowering myself down to like pick stuff up, and I was like trying to, I can't even do it. I was like, it was pretty funny. But yeah, my neck's bugging me today. Tishu said it's definitely a Bitcoin bull market. Bitcoin's definitely leading the market. I'm of the mindset that Bitcoin reached fair valuation. And you know, people can call me crazy and whatever, say I'm stupid. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? That's just my theory. That I'm on HBAR. Don't let me forget I'm on HBAR. We had last bull market. Everything went crazy. A lot of eyes on Bitcoin. And then we kind of dumped. This was not a fair valuation of Bitcoin. I don't know if this was when institutions were pulling the price down. I don't. All the people that bought here were selling here because they're paper handed, whatever. Regardless, institutions are buying right now, and there's no retail to be found. Retail probably makes up, like, if I had to guess, maybe 5%, which is crazy. So I'm of the belief that Bitcoin is worth $108 right now. And when retail arrives and when adoption is complete, it's probably, that's why everyone's shooting for $1 million crazy valuations, because it's probably going to happen, at least over time. Right now, in 2025, Bitcoin is worth $108,000. I don't know. Is that a bull market? Who knows? Maybe that's why alts are boring. SWE is up 8.58% on the day. Not a lot to report with SWE. We had a dip, another dip, another dip. Is that 3 dips the downside? Is that some kind of triangle? I don't know. It looks like it's ready to rip, which is exciting. We got volume starting to tick up. RSI is not even overbought yet. Green dot on the momentum wave led to some upside. Looking good. 290. Rejected right before 3. Ondo's up 6.16% on the day. The Heat said we need alt season and then beat. Yeah. We definitely need alt season. That's for dang sure. Oh my gosh. Ondo rejecting at 80.13 again. So this is a big point of contention for Ondo. If it can get above this, it's going to be a big deal. But this is Ondo's joker right now. Struggling. We got a W. Testing. Maybe look for a reaction off of 76.5. Little midpoint liquidity pullback. See if we can get the momentum to break above that. We did have a green dot on the momentum wave. And the RSI was not quite overbought yet. Is this a fake out? It could be. It's definitely interesting. Was it a dead cat bounce? Could have been that too. Zero said, yo, what's going on, Zero? Happy Wednesday. Aerodrome up 3.61% on the day. Nice pump. We got an indecisive reversal candle right here. And this current candle's down 3.61%. Okay, so what? That's weird. This thing just pumped up to its daily open? Or daily... No? That don't make no sense. Wow, that's trippy. So this candle is down 3.61%, and Arrow as a whole is up 3.61%. What are the odds of that? Jay Shear said, yo, yo, yo. Mr. Robert said, I gotta mow the back. Can I put in an early 108.926 even? Yes, you can, my good friend. Zero said, good. What about you? I'm pretty good. Pretty good, actually. And I'm glad you're good. I'm thoroughly enjoying all the good moods in the chat. Keep it up, guys. We're going full Disney Channel today. Pinlink. Did I say anything about Arrow? I don't know. Look for it to hold 76. If it breaks below, then it's gonna get spicy. Pinlink up 11.18% on the day. 4626. Volume still very flat. RSI barely above the halfway point. We did get a green dot on the momentum wave. Tishu said, is news.bitcoin.com a good source of info news, or what are your preferred sources? My go-to source is literally Twitter. There's a handful of accounts, and then whenever somebody says anything like Michael Saylor just bought Ethereum or whatever, I verify it. There's been a handful of times, and I've learned my lesson. There's been a handful of times where I've reported on something on stream, and people are like, that's not accurate. And then I'm like, oh, shoot. And I go check it out for myself, and they're right. I'm just reporting like misinformation, so I've learned to vet my sources. But I don't have any one particular go-to place. I used to just go to Cointelegraph, but they're kind of biased sometimes, which bugs me. What's nice about Pinlink is it kind of has a little double bottom potential right here, which I've seen before. It looks familiar. So we'll see if this thing can crank to the upside. Render's up 6.36% on the day. Render's got a similar situation to, what was that, SWE? Yeah, and HBAR actually. That little 3-hit thing. There's like a 3-hit scenario. 3 hits to the downside. So we'll see if Render can get some relief here. I feel like Render's been kind of getting crapped on since it broke below 4. The only thing that concerns me is that this is very similar looking to this. Like this looks similar to this, which looks similar to this, which all of them have a big dump in between them. So hopefully that's not what's going to happen. Sailor said he's going to buy SNEK. See, I would bet that. Watch it actually be true. That'd be so sick. I think I would thoroughly enjoy that. Like Elon did the Memecoin thing. Imagine Sailor comes out and like tries to pump something with like a $2,000 market cap. Wouldn't it be crazy? Dang. So yeah, Render, look for support at 315 if it drops. If it goes up, look for it to try to break 350. Polkadot is up 8.11%. A lot of love for Polkadot in these two candles. I'm just worried that it's going to do this again and just kind of do woo and then dump, because that stinks when that happens. The volume spikes here seem to be less consistent than they were in the last move. I don't know, is this an inverse bongo cat, like an inverse Batman? That's kind of what I see, which I actually don't mind. I kind of like that. Inverse bongo cat in the chart, regular bongo cat on the RSI. We'll see if it plays out. This is going to be our first inverse bongo cat observation. Fartcoin up 14.03%. This thing's cranking, dude. It's sitting above $1.14, which is awesome. $1.21 is our next stop. It's kind of a temporary area of interest. If we break that, then $1.28 is in the cards. We'll see where we end up. Volume looks good. RSI looks good. Momentum wave looks good. Gas is up 5.77%. We did have a confirmed red dot back here, which seems to have played out with some downside. We got a green dot on a momentum wave, pushing it up. RSI is not quite overbought yet. We do have a bit of a sell-off candle scenario happening at the moment. Nothing too crazy, though. See where she goes. Avalanche up 8.36% on the day. Little double top action for Avalanche specifically right here. We'll see if that sticks. Can't quite seem to get above like 18.7. This seems to be like some harsh resistance for some reason. Fartcoin was added to Coinbase because of the name. Dude, it is such a good name though, and everyone's using it now. Like you can have a Fartcoin backed mortgage. Like it's I think Fartcoin has memed itself more than Doge, which is great. It's got a good name. Chainlink. What did I say about Avalanche? Yeah, see if Avalanche can break above 18.7. It seems to be struggling there for some reason. Chainlink up 5.27% on the day. Broke above 13.39. And it's kind of doing the same thing as Avalanche. It's got this weird like temporary resistance that it can't quite seem to get above. So we'll see if Avalanche can make it, or I'm sorry, Chainlink can make it above 13.8-ish. Doge up 7.06% on the day, broke above 1681, currently sitting at 1688. If it can close above 1681, great. If not, look for 15.8. Well, no, I would look for a midpoint liquidity pullback for that. I would look for price 16.4, maybe a little bit lower, 16.35. If it's going to pull back. Probably automatic pull up 6.22% on the day. Also looks like it's going to pull back, rejecting at 19.16. Can't quite seem to get above that. Volume looks really nice though. I do like the consistent volume pickup. Near's up 9.02%, sitting above 221. Also rejecting in a similar zone that's done previously. I want to see Near get above this 225 level. Seems important. Chili's up 7.79%. Also same thing, rejecting. We got these weird resistance things playing out. See if it goes anywhere. What I like is that we got a lot of volume. Maybe not a lot of volume. There was like a volatile push to the upside in these candles. Is it a bull trap? It could be. It might literally be. Silver down 0.35%, still chilling at 36, which is nice. MicroStrategy up 7.76%. MicroStrategy completely recovered its dip, which is kind of crazy. We'll see if that was it. And this is the rip before the slip. DXY continuing to be dumpy. NASDAQ continuing to be pumpy. Beautiful. And S&P also sitting at new all-time highs. Once again, beautiful. Guys, the daily close contest is coming up in less than 1 minute, so make sure you get your guesses ready. We got a bearish engulfing candle on Bitcoin forming. And the 1 minute should be super duper spicy meatball. Bitcoin 108.805, 108.811 and 99 cents. 34 seconds remaining until you guys can get your guesses in. Let me transition. Ready? All right. I'm going to fix my little window. My window. There we go. Okay. Live chat. 5, 4. I was a little too early. 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Roberts used his membership to guess early, so he's our first entrant. Mr. Roberts came in with a guess of 108.926 even. Very nice. We got Hops coming in with a guess of 108.801 even. Why would a coin named Useless go up? It's so dumb. Oh, you'd be surprised, dude. I think people like the self-aware memes. To be fair, we've been trying to invest in value for so long, and it's just been going down or sideways for so long. I think people are sick of it. They just want to throw their money at tampon coin. You know what I mean? Like, Fartcoin's hilarious. I don't blame anybody for buying Fartcoin, especially when it goes up. That's funny stuff, man. Drummer coming in with a guess of 108.530 and 22 cents. Teacher said, look it up. It's on MEX. I will check that out after the daily close contest. Oh my gosh, is that messed up if I ask my fiance to warm my chai latte up? Do you think she'll disown me? That seems very misogynistic. Should I try it? There used to be a bell on the desk. I don't think that would work. If I was just ringing a bell, she would be like, what are you doing? For like 15 minutes, and then she would come in here, she'd be like, shut up. Evenly spaced out. Bitcoin 108.802 and 52 cents. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We got 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Should I ask? I'm going to ask. She's going to do it, and then I'm going to feel bad. What do I say? Do I be nice, or should I be an asshole? We got a guess in the Discord for Jay Shear. 108.86969. Very nice. Jay Shear 2.0. We do these are our current updated rankings as it stands. Tyler is still in the lead with 21, followed by Fahid with 17, Hoffs with 13, Jay Shear 2.0 with 11, Mr. Roberts with 10, Tom Solid Scope with 8, Waterfly with 7, Giovanni Fontes, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn with 5, and Money, Janix, and Shana Mac with 4. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn coming in with a guess. Oh my goodness. I'm very, very gassy. I had a bowl of Lucky Charms. It was totally worth it. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn 108.999.99. Very nice. I want to get the beard long enough so that I can braid it, because that seems like the ultimate like douchey thing. I want to braid it, and I want to go to like a crypto conference as like the crypto Viking, and everyone will be like, oh my gosh, are you Nordic? I'm gonna be like, nope. My ancestors are from France and Italy. We got Fahid coming in with a guess of 108.420.69. Nice. Guys, get your guesses in. You got 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in. Let's see. Dude, I'm on Jimmy John's. Pirate JJ. I feel like I could do a pirate. I was Dracula when I still had hair. And what's really funny, that was like when it first started receding. So we bought the black spray because my hair's light. It's like reddish brown. And we bought the black spray. And we black sprayed my hairline back in. We got T-Stew coming in with 108,727 and 31 cents. Tremor said, put some wire in it, make it curl up, lol. Offset, I got random commercials now. Yes, you do. We are over 1,000 subscribers. You better click on those damn ads and order something. Just kidding. All right, time's almost up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating. Cheers. Happy Wednesday. Oh my God, I was choked. Okay, let's get these bad boys organized. Get them up on the board. Bitcoin 108,847 and 42 cents, looking good. 108,999.99 from Mr. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Is that true? That is true. Nice, very nice. Oh my gosh, it's the dotted line. What am I going to do? Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. We got to come up with nicknames for some of you long name people. Is this what people feel like when they read my name? I get a lot of people that are like, oh my gosh, you have such a long name whenever I'm in an X space. I'm like, just call me JJ. Why do you gotta read my whole name? It's kind of funny though. I mean, I guess I read everybody else's name, but I'm not like, oh, this name is so long. Mr. Robbers, we got J Shear 2.0 108,869.69. Nice, nice. I think J Shear's gonna take it again. He's going for a clean sweep. 108,801. You know what would be sick is if somebody took first place from like 0 by just winning like 22 days in a row. Who is this? Hoffs? That would be so crazy. Teach you 108,727. I can't type today. 0.31. Tremor 108,530 and 22 cents. And last but not least, Fahid 108,420.69. He did it for the meme. Thank you, Fahid. Your country, thanks you for your service. I can't believe Mr. Roberts won yesterday for Canada Day. That's so sick. Asking for a tea. If you're busy, shouldn't be an issue. If she's busy, giving CPR or birth. Damn. Mr. Roberts. You're going to get me in trouble. You know, I think Clint gives me in the most trouble because she likes Clint, but Clint like says some vile shit. And then I read it out loud and she goes, she does like the the offended Pikachu face. She's like, oh. Richard Simmons. I tried to make that GIF. There's no way to make that not look so fucking gay. I was like, I can't publicize this. This is too much. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin is currently 108,808, 59 cents, sitting right above Hoff's guess. Oh, and it is now below. Above? I don't know. It's above. It was above. It was above before. It's above now. Is it? Yeah. By 46 cents. The question is it going to flatline or is it going to become more volatile? I do thoroughly enjoy the 1 minute. We got volume here, no volume, volume here, no volume again. The 1 minute time frame is like a jumble. I can't talk, man. It's like a jungle. It's a circle. You guys ever see Chuck and Larry? That's such a good movie. You're just jealous because gay guys like me. Oh, what a classic. Bitcoin 108,799 and 75 cents. We got 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining on the clock. Currently, Tishu is in the lead, but is very close to flipping into Hoff's territory. 7 seconds, 1 minute, 5 seconds. Tishu said, come to Papa. 108, 799, 74. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. Today's prize is very special. It's something I've never heard of, and I kind of want to try. But it also looks like something that they would have made during the Great Depression. 108, 799, 74. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. This is it. Wow, what an eventful 1 minute time frame. Oh, it's getting a little pumpy. It's now in Hoff's court. That sounds so incorrect. Why does everybody have their own court? It's now in Hoff's area. That sounds worse. 15 seconds left on the clock. 108, 839 and 1 penny. It's getting a little pumpy. 10 seconds remaining. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close for Bitcoin, 108,849 and 60 cents, making Hoff's the winner today. 108,849, 60. 108,849, 60. Congratulations, Hoff's, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Hoff's. With a guess of 108,801 even. Very cool. Very nice. Congratulations, Hoff's, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam those bananas. Go up to the 4-hour time frame again. Very cool. All right. We did not close bearish engulfing. That is exciting, but it also leads me to believe that the price is going to go down more to like fill that wick. Let's see. Winner. Yay! Condensed milk? No. Well, I've heard condensed milk is delicious. I've never tried it. I'm kind of a milk maxi. Is that weird? I don't like Homelander. I don't like breast milk. I guess I've never tried breast milk. So saying I don't like it is kind of incorrect because I have no idea. All right, let's transition back to our regularly scheduled programming. Put Hoff's on the winner's Google Doc. And I think that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 108,801 and 0 cents, and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 108,849 and 60 cents on July 2nd, 2025. Hoff's prize is a cream and jam bun. Congratulations, Hoff's, on your victory. You can enjoy this with other people if you would like, although I would recommend against it because it does look like butt cheeks with some white stuff in between and a little bit of red. But congratulations nonetheless. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove this from the premises. Enjoy. Cool. Oh, I gotta spam bananas as well. Banana spam? Nope, not super chat. I'm always scared that I'm gonna like accidentally do a command because I type in ban to get banana. And I'm worried that I'm gonna accidentally like ban somebody, or I'm just gonna say ban in the chat and all my mods are just gonna go ban crazy. Tremor said, yeah, I've never tried breast milk either. What kind of weirdo would do that? Not me. I've never paid for it online. I've never ordered anything from unique URL breastmilk.com. Just like some very very specific like dark web website that nobody knows about. Oh. I'm trying a new oat milk today because apparently there's a freaking oat milk shortage. The most white guy privileged problem I've ever had in my entire life was that they didn't have my oat milk at the store. I was going to ask them to check in the back, but then I was like, wait a minute. I don't have enough money for this. You know, you have to have like a certain income threshold to be able to like do like mail Karen things, like ask if they have my specific oat milk in the back. That's a mail Karen thing. I don't make like over $250,000 a year, so I don't have the privilege of being able to ask that yet. I have to earn that first. We're on our way. I hope to one day have mail Karen money. That is my goal. Then I can stand outside my house with my little AR and my wife with her little weird little pistol, and neither of us know how to actually hold the firearms, and complain that people are walking on the street. Those people are so funny, dude. I've never seen a goofier looking couple in my life. Mr. Roberts said, the knife sound on the prize reveal is sweet. Is there a knife sound? The knife sound on the prize reveal is sweet. Is there... Okay, that might literally just be the default sound for me uploading a photo to TradingView. That's actually really funny. That's dessert in the Depression days. I don't know. I'm just getting... It looks like overcooked bread with like some cream in it. It's literally called cream and jam bun. It looks delicious, but it also looks very plain. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyways, guys, Bitcoin's getting a little pumpy here. I'm kind of excited. We went through all of our charts before the daily close as well. So, from here on out, we get to go through your guys' favorite segment. I know, because I watch all the numbers increase every time. They definitely don't go down every single time. We get to go read the news. All right. First, we got President Trump's team is no longer aiming for big trade deals with many countries, per whatever FT is, per fat titties. Instead, they're trying to make smaller, quick arrangements before July 9th, when Trump plans to bring back his toughest tariffs. Hedge funds bought financial stocks last week at the fastest pace since 2016. Honestly, this right here kind of makes it seem like everyone was selling to make it look like bearish, and all the people who think that they're smarter than everybody else were like, oh my gosh, look at the hedge funds are unloading. Why aren't we unloading? You need to sell, dude. We need to paper hand. It's time. It's time. The bear market is here. It's time. And then the hedge funds just immediately flip because Tom, Dick, and Harry sold their bags like idiots. And like hedge funds sold here. Tom, Dick, and Harry sold here. Hedge funds bought here. And then Tom, Dick, and Harry bought here. Do you understand? It's like probably the easiest way to like psychologically pump your own bags, just by effing with the pompous fedora wearing Reddit mod dude that thinks that he knows better than everybody else. Oh my gosh, you guys are idiots. You have no idea what's about to happen. The dollar's gonna collapse. Nobody's gonna buy Bitcoin, and it's gonna go to freaking zero. Wait until Satoshi wakes up. He's just been sleeping this whole time. Like those guys. The angry dudes that missed the boat. The guys that have been calling top since 60K. Unfortunately, those dudes are going to end up buying our bags. And it's only unfortunate for them because we're going to make a crap ton of money. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty funny. Funny stuff. Next, we got US M2 money supply hit an all-time high, a new all-time high. Very exciting. President Trump announces new trade deal with Vietnam. Let's freaking go. President Trump says the U.S.'s deficit is cut in half in anticipation of his big, beautiful bill. The one big, beautiful deal is all about growth. If passed, America will have an economic renaissance like never before. It is already happening, just in anticipation of the beautiful bill. Deficit cut in half, record investment, cash factories, jobs pouring into the USA, MAGA. I'm in full support of this if this is what's going to happen. Next, we got U.S. Federal Housing Director calls on Congress to investigate Fed Chair Powell for his political bias and deceptive Senate testimony. What have I been saying? I've been saying the only reason this dude is not cutting rates is because Donald Trump said he's an idiot. So now he's like, well, I'm not going to cut them now because he said I was dumb. And it's literally that stupid meme where it's like, I was going to cut rates, but then Trump called me stupid, so now I'm not doing shit. That's literally what's happening. So now they're investigating him, and hopefully he goes to prison for being a loser. He looks like the Keebler elf as well. I just want to point that out. Morgan Stanley said today it expects the Fed to deliver 7 rate cuts in 2026. Hell yeah. All 7 of them in the same month. Just do it. All 7 of them. Breaking: Jerome Powell could get the boot over $2.5 billion palace scandal. I'm pretty sure the TLDR is that they're modifying the fancy dining room. They're modifying the fucking, their break room at the Fed. Who knows? Who knows what it is? They're building bunk beds and like porn studios and like weird shit at the Fed, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Nothing. It's fine. There's no inflation. Just worry about your interest rates. They're really high because I raised them like crazy." This I was cracking up about, dude. A congressman just revealed that the CIA briefed Trump on 4 alien species. Are we ready? I'm not going to click on the thread, but the Greys, the Nordics, the Mantids, and the Reptilians, which I'm pretty sure, by the way, that they obtained all of this information from the show Resident Alien, which is a great show, by the way. That's going to be today's recommendation. I highly recommend you go check it out. It's on Netflix. Alan Tudyk, amazing actor, great show, 10 out of 10. The Nordics are crossbreeding with humans. The Greys are thousands of years more advanced than us, and we reverse engineered their tech, allegedly. So this one was pretty awesome. It has nothing to do with crypto. Maybe Satoshi's an alien, though. Who knows? Ripple has applied for a U.S. banking license. Exciting stuff. Global liquidity now calling for $165,000 Bitcoin. I believe this is M2 money supply. Don't quote me on that, though. Does it show me what the red is? No. Who knows, man. 165K. Exciting stuff. Next, we got President Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell should resign immediately. Michael Saylor said Bitcoin is money. Everything else is credit. Calvin Talks Crypto, our global M2 money supply guy, pointing out the M2 little dip before the rip. This is the 165K, so that chart had to have been the money supply. So, exciting stuff. 84-day offset. Not every fractal is the same, but number go up. We also got inverse head and shoulders. We also got bull flag. And we also got some kind of wedge with 2 fake outs to the downside. I kind of like that. And let's go check Bitcoin really quick. 108,966 and 2 cents. Looking good. Stock Money Lizards posted a close above the upper trend line would be very bullish for Bitcoin. In that case, my thesis would be invalidated. Too bad for those 99K limits, but I can definitely live with that. Winky smiley face. Confident that my year-end targets will be reached. Exciting stuff. I'm assuming we closed above that. Who knows? Mustache posted altcoins, probably one of the most important alt-season charts. The black resistance line has been touched again after more than 4 years. Each time, whether in 2019, 2020, or 2021, a strong rally for altcoins started afterwards. The best time is yet to come. I can feel it, Mr. Grabs. Bitcoin and altcoins will chase the global M2. Ooh. I haven't seen altcoins on here. That's actually sick. Dude, could you imagine if altcoins recoupled? Ooh, that would be spicy. Bitcoin's definitely stealing the show, though. And I'm okay with that. I think we all knew that that was going to happen. Congratulations, Hops, once again on your victory. Enjoy your cream and jam bun. Excuse me. All right, let's go look at Total 3 again. And I joked about us shooting straight up and recoupling with the Total 3 fractal. That's still pretty out of the question right now, but who knows, man. Maybe this just got turned on its side a little bit. And we're about to hit a little bump and rump. Bump and rump would be pretty sick. We'll see what happens. Total 2. 1.15. So total 2. Making another break for 1.17. Ishu said, why do you have only Bitcoin and Ethereum wallet for donations? I don't know. What other wallets do you want? There was a lot before. I don't remember what I did with them. I had like SWE and ADA. I think that was it. I don't know. If you got a request, though, I'll put it in there. It's just the most common. The most common, too. Just have fun said, when midnight drop? Memecoin? I don't know, actually. I know that they took the snapshot on June 11th. So to anyone out there, if you have on a decentralized like self-custody or even in a centralized exchange, that's going to depend on the exchange though, if they let you fulfill the airdrop or not. If you had over 100 of any of the qualifying coins, which include XRP, Solana, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think that there's more. Cardano's in there. Cardano gets more of the airdrop, but any of the other ones, if you hold over 100 of those coins at all, you on June 11th, then you will qualify for the midnight airdrop. So definitely look into that if you're interested. It's supposedly going to be the largest airdrop in cryptocurrency history, which is crazy. Tishu said rate cuts are coming. Remember what I said yesterday? High interest bank accounts lowered interest slightly recently. I did actually. I told my fiance about that. She's skeptical, but I'm excited. We have a secret fractal on Total 2 that has been completely awful for quite some time. But it is calling for end of July pump, so we'll see what happens. That Pulse Player said you're participating in the Pepe Ascension presale. I am not. I don't know what that is. I don't do presale, so. I got burned on The Last of Us 2 presale. Not presale, pre-order. And I've never thought about participating ever since. They butchered the story of that game, dude. They literally ruined the entire first game for me. Which sucks, because that was my favorite game of all time. But I'm not going to talk about it, because I'm going to get really upset about Neil Druckmann, because he's a loser. Anyways, let's see. We went through that. Let's go through our quick portfolio update. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $172. Not too bad. It is still holding its own in third from the bottom. It wasn't the top 5. It dropped out pretty quick. Currently being held up by Proppy, Fetch, Sol, Render, and Ondo, being dragged down by Aptos, Shib, Ada, Near, and Doge. Proppy's the only one in profit. It's in profit $1.09. Looking good. Next, we got our Memecoin portfolio, which is down $145. Not too bad. With just killing it, dude. In profit $73 in this portfolio. Pepe's in profit $12. Doge, Giga, and SNEK are all down. SNEK is down over 50%, which is crazy. And last but not least, our narrative portfolio, the best performer and my favorite for that exact reason, is in profit $58.50. This portfolio is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, one real world asset coin, and one gaming coin. And is absolutely killing it. Currently, there are only 2 coins that are not in profit in here. We got VeChain and Mana. VeChain's only down $20, Mana's only down $4, Tau is in profit $15, Fetch is in profit $21, and Pepe is in profit $44. This portfolio has been just shredding. It didn't actually go negative at all this entire time. This entire most recent dip. K-Dub said free liquidity now. That's awesome. You know, there's gotta be Diddy meme coins, right? Let's go check Deck Screener, because that's too funny, man. We got commodity. Oh, why isn't it commodity? Hello? Missed opportunity. Okay. Send it. Looks good. Stock coin. Stonks. Bow. AJ said, thought on Bitcoin bull run extending into 2026. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And it also, I don't know why, I don't know if he says it anymore. I haven't watched him in a long time, but Ben Cowan all the time used to talk about extending market, diminishing returns. The extending market argues that we either have longer bull markets, longer bear markets, both, or it just takes longer for everything to play out, and it's not one or the other. It's just kind of a wish-wash longer scenario in general. And that would literally argue that we either haven't entered the bull market yet, we have, and it's taking a longer time for the alt rotation, or nobody knows what's going to happen. Nice Diddy joke, lol. Later gainers, take it easy, Jay Shear. Happy Wednesday. Tishu said you forgot about useless. Yeah, let's go take a look at useless. Congratulations, Hoffs, once again on your victory. What is this thing called again? Enjoy your cream and jam bun. All right, useless. Useless. Is it on here? Labubu, mask, boat kid. All right, let's go take a look at useless. Useless coin. Ooh. $265 million market cap. Whoa. Wow, this thing just started June 9th, June 8th, June 9th. So it's a month old. Or, I'm sorry, it started in May, at the end of May. But the pump started June 8th, June 9th. So this thing launched. Here's a good lesson in meme coins, actually. This thing launched, got a big pump. The dev price sold, everybody else sold. It just kind of petered out. And then someone somewhere decided, let's pump the life out of this thing. And they did exactly that. So you get this kind of S-curve thing going on, which is quite impressive. I don't know, I'm impressed. I think this thing just ripped like crazy, and that's pretty sick. Gourmet Brandsburg said later Gator Alcatraz. Later Alligator Alcatraz. Dude, I saw that. That's so crazy. This is kind of smart though, honestly. You know what they should also do? Maybe this gives the wrong idea. Maybe this tries to incentivize a little too much, but if somebody tries to escape Alligator Alcatraz, if they get through the gators, they're free. Like legally on paper, they should have the guards watch. Like the guy could approach the guard and be like, I'm gonna go for it. The guard's like, okay. Prep paperwork for John Smith, and then John Smith successfully evades the alligators, gets across the moat, and he's now free. Then the guard would go, John Smith successfully beat the alligators, so he's now a free man. And then they just waive all of his paperwork or whatever. I don't know, presidential pardon. That's kind of sick. Tishu said, will Melania meme get that pump? That's a good question. Her coin is interesting to me. The Trump one makes sense because he's the president of the United States, but I don't know who thought this was a good idea. This one's actually kind of crazy. Dude, there's even a couple thousand even available in liquidity for people to sell. That's nuts. $130 million. That's actually a pretty decent sized market cap too still. I don't know, man. This thing doesn't look like it has any life left in it. It'll probably rip now just because it's at zero. Basically, I do see inverse head and shoulders actually. Wouldn't that be crazy if Melania was the best performer of the bull market? If Melania just outperforms Bitcoin and everything else, you know how mad people would be? We should make one that like nobody cares about. Like George Washington's wife. You know, something that's completely historically irrelevant at the moment. Abraham Lincoln's like the hatter that made the hats for Abraham Lincoln. I wonder if that person's named in history. All right, Bitcoin's getting a little red here. Let's see, what else do we got? There's no Diddy ones in the top 20. That's crazy. Bobby the Cat, Deggy. Oh, there's Free Diddy. Startup, Rich, Get Rich Quick, Blue Chip, Fartcoin, Tune, Jupecat. Poor, Stop Being Poor, Wag Me, Nobody Sausage, Company. These are all lame. Mooncoin, that one's okay. Beta coin, that's kind of funny. I'm not feeling any of them, honestly. Let's check the watch list. Oh my gosh, what's down 95%? Whoa, dude, did Blaze rug? Whoa! That's crazy! What the heck? We were just looking at how crazy this was yesterday. Wow. That's actually insane. Moneymaker said XRP pumping. Let's go check XRP. Depends on the time frame. Doesn't look bad. You could actually make an inverse head and shoulders out of this, surprisingly. There's room for even a bigger one. Yeah, I don't hate XRP. I think XRP looks good right here. We'll see if it holds up though. She said, "What the F, rug pull?" For real. We were literally looking at, somebody mentioned this on stream like a week ago, maybe. It had to have been just about a week ago. They were like, Blaze, and we were like, whoa. And I put it on the watch list because it was performing really well. And then I checked on it yesterday because it was in the top performers. And it was up here. It literally rugged right after the stream. It had to have. That's insane, dude. Wow. I got to keep that on there. That's a good lesson. We had a couple of them that we watched do that were obvious. That one was not obvious. They actually did a good job covering that up, which is kind of frightening. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Hawk 2 is still around 2.3. It's only down 50% since the initial bottoming out after the big reveal of her being completely incompetent and unaware that she was basically being solicited to facilitate a scam with her intellectual property, which is crazy. She should have just made an OnlyFans, dude. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, wow, that's a classic rug. Gotta love a classic rug, man. Gotta love a classic rug. I think the worst for, I would rather, I guess, get like rip corded like that than the slow burn. This rug, this killed me. This was nightmarish. Like this beautiful pump, and then dump, and then the slow burn to zero. I hate that. I would rather it go crazy and then bam, just straight down. Then I can be like, oh my gosh, I never saw that coming. I definitely didn't buy and hold and add to my position the entire way to zero because I didn't have a chance because it literally went straight down like while I was pooping or something. You know? I don't know. I guess I prefer the nightmarish straight down rug pulls than the slow bleed, dude. The slow bleeds are so awful. I'm not a patient person. Bitcoin 108,751 at 44 cents. Let's see, what else do we got? Anything in double digits? Double digits, we got SNEK, Roar, Banana Cat, Pesto, whatever Pythia is, Butthole, Fat, Shigen, Realis. I don't even know what is Realis. I remember somebody talking about this. Oof, what in the world? Holy cow. I think I put that line there to say the price was here when we talked about it that one time. Oh no, this is the rug. Dang. That just goes to show 15% though on a rug, man. I guess you just got to look where there's liquidity. That's kind of crazy. All right, next, Bytes. This is Alex Becker's like currency for his Neo Tokyo thing. I mean, it's very, very stable around 2.6. Gets occasional pumps. $20 is crazy. Kekak, Dark Magician Girl, Moodang, Bigfoot. Oh, dude, I don't even want to look at this. It's up 40%, but it's still way the heck down from where I bought in. My soul, dude, my soul. This one had so much potential. They could have this could have been the next Pepe. They just ruined it, man. Completely thrown out the window. I don't know what Project 89 is either. I just remember this one being talked about a lot. This is one of those AI ones, I think. It's so weird, man. It's so weird what coins come back and what ones don't. All right, Bitcoin, chilling. Everything else, chilling. We're kind of getting a little bit of downside here. No big deal. SWE. I'm kind of expecting big things out of SWE. The question is, when will those big things begin to occur? It's definitely in some kind of a ascending range. It's a slow ascension as well. I'm not quite sure. See, what's nice is whenever we've gotten these slow ascensions on SWE specifically, it usually, like this one, resulted in a little bit more downside, but then it just ripped. So if this thing decides to do that, I would not be surprised. I mean, I kind of like that. That concept would be pretty sick. Obviously, we'll see what plays out. But that ascending... Well, no, I guess we got one here, too. So maybe that is just par for the course. That's not really... I think that's my attempt at finding divergence. Let me get rid of that. That is kind of a W, little choppy W, though. Yeah, I think this is an attempted reversal because you got a big spike down, recovery, and then your W, and then your failure to go higher. So it broke down. Because that's exactly what's happening here. You got your big spike down, your recovery, your W. It's going to attempt to go higher. If it fails, it could break down from here. We gotta keep that in mind. I'm not going to say that that's going to happen because I don't know if it's going to. We seem like we're on the right path to be incredibly bullish right now. But we also have to take into consideration the idea that we could literally just go down. Like, there doesn't have to be a catalyst for people to sell. Sometimes people just take profits and the profit taking is overwhelming and the new liquidity can't keep up. Global M2 coupled with the bullish news, especially leading into the deadline for tariffs, I feel like we could see some decent upside here. I don't know. We don't really have a definitive deal for China yet. So it's going to be... Let's ask Grok, actually. Let's see. Do you think the US and China will make a trade deal before the tariff deadline this month? Maybe I should have said announce a trade deal. I'll let that think for a second. We got 108.823 and 45 cents on Bitcoin. What do you guys got? You guys want to show anything? I want to look at some stocks. Let's look at Circle. Circle, okay. Circle still continuing down. Interesting. It's kind of stabilized around 176, but it is down almost 50% from the Pico top. 40%. That's crazy. Coin. Ooh, 352. See, Coin was definitely maybe the better bet in the shorter term because they're facilitating so much. They are literally like the go-to. Coinbase is like the Visa, MasterCard, JP Morgan, Chase, Morgan Stanley, you know, of Bank of America, of cryptocurrency. So I think it'd be kind of silly to bet against them. The question is, how high can it go? And is it going to get a pullback, especially if crypto gets a pullback? Regardless of crypto pulling back, people are still going to be using it. This entire time, even during the bear market. During the bear market, I would argue I used it even more. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said might see a sell-off before the long weekend. Are we going to have a long weekend? I think I'm going... Friday, I guess Friday is the 4th. Should I take Friday off? Is that a dumb question? I guess I should, shouldn't I? I haven't had a day off in forever. But yeah, Coinbase, one day on the daily, maybe a little flag, looking a little flaggy. Volume's picking up. I don't hate it. What else do we got? NVIDIA. 157.25. Is this an all-time high? That's so crazy. Dude, NVIDIA is just smashing through everything. They're going to control the world, man. This is how, like everyone jokes about Terminator and stuff. If every single chip is NVIDIA made, all it takes is like the wrong bug or the wrong software implantation from like a sleeper agent that works at NVIDIA. And we just saw how that works with Iran and Israel. They literally had a guy like work his way up the ranks there so that they could get all their military secrets. And they just did like one day, one strike, and all the bad guys were gone. It's crazy. The bad guys. That's subjective. AJ, I'm sorry, I didn't read that, buddy. AJ said, yeah, man, I love Benny C. He's def an OG in the space, but he's been somewhat cryptic on where things are going, except, of course, Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin bear, right? It took me a second to understand that you were talking about Ben Cowan. Because I get, just so you know, AJ, I get these weird, like, scammy comments. I'm sure you've seen them all. They're like, oh my gosh, I totally agree. Great content. Bitcoin is the future. By the way, off topic question. I'm having trouble with my Ledger hardware wallet. My seed phrase is, and then they list the seed phrase, and the goal is to get you to enter it in. But the alternative to that is like, I've been following Cynthia G's trading courses and blah, blah, blah. And then there's like 8 replies, and they all come in at the same time. So you know it's fake. But they're all like, oh my gosh, I've been using her too. She's so amazing. She helped me pay off my mortgage. That's the Benny C. This whole thing kind of read like that. You go, yeah, man, I love Benny C. He's definitely an OG in this space. I was waiting for somebody to reply and be like, Benny C is the best. I retired my entire bloodline off of his trades after joining his trading group. That's pretty funny. But yeah, Ben Cowan, he's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. The only thing that sucks is when his facts go against my bias. That's always the worst, man. He's got Neil deGrasse Tyson vibes. Neil deGrasse Tyson, kind of a narcissist, kind of a pompous a-hole. Not somebody you'd like invite to your bachelor party, you know? Like, I'd go have dinner with the guy, but not bachelor party. Neil deGrasse Tyson would be the worst. He would be so bad at a bachelor party, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh. Anything happening at all? Polygon still trying. Chili's trying a little bit. I can't believe MicroStrategy recovered that entire dip. That's awesome. Okay, Bitcoin's trying here again. Let's see what Grok said. The US and China have already made a significant progress toward a trade deal with framework agreement reached in London June 9th and 10th. Building on the Geneva Consensus from May 2025, this deal, confirmed by both sides, includes a 90-day pause on high tariffs, reducing U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods from 145 to 30, 10% baseline plus 20 fentanyl-related, jeez, and Chinese tariffs on U.S. goods to 10%, effective until August 12th. Okay, so we got to wait until August for this. I'm sure they're going to push it to the last second. The agreement also involves China easing restrictions on rare earth exports and the U.S. lifting some countermeasures with provisions from Chinese students to access U.S. universities. Given the July 9th, 2025 deadline for the broader pause on reciprocal tariffs, there's uncertainty about whether a more comprehensive deal will be finalized before then. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent have expressed optimism, suggesting negotiations could extend beyond July 9th, potentially wrapping up by Labor Day, September 1st, with deals expected for up to 10 trading partners. However, the limited details released and the complex nature of remaining issues, like semiconductor access and long-standing trade disputes, suggest a full resolution by July 9th is unlikely. The deal's focus so far has been on rolling back recent escalations rather than addressing deeper trade imbalances. On the other hand, both sides have strong incentives to avoid reverting to high tariffs, 34% or higher for the US, as these have disrupted global trade or global supply chains and raised costs for consumers and businesses. China's cautious approach, driven by concerns over Trump's unpredictability and the US's legal challenges to tariff authority under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, add complexity. Posts on X reflect mixed sentiment, with some optimism about a deal, but skepticism, I can't talk, about its scope and durability. In short, while a framework is in place and negotiations are active, a comprehensive trade deal by July 9th seems improbable due to the tight timeline and unresolved issues. An extension of the tariff pause or a partial deal is more likely, with both sides continuing talks to avoid economic disruption. I wonder, so Trump is he's a showman. We all know that. He had a television series. He likes gold. He's very showy. I personally believe that that's partially why he won both times, because he knows marketing. He knows how to talk. He's a salesman. He's a showman. He's got this whole thing down. That's how he makes his money. So I would not be surprised, and this is pure speculation on my part, I would not be surprised if he does something for the 4th of July, being that it's Independence Day and tariffs are supposed to be, what are the tariffs called? I forgot what tariffs were called. What the day, let me see. What did Trump name Tariff Day? Liberation Day. With the whole tariff thing being coined Liberation Day, kind of rings off of Independence Day. Independence Day was literally the day that America became America. So I would not be surprised if he did something for the 4th of July. But we'll see. We'll see. Congratulations, Hoffs, once again on your victory. Enjoy your cream and jam bun. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it. Hopefully I got to get back on with Bitcoin going crazy. Hopefully Bitcoin just shoots towards all-time highs and I got to jump back on really quick. So, as always, Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Wednesday. I don't know. Good luck trading and good night.